Hello everybody, this is a tutorial video on how to use this website or a tool to create interactive uh, templates which users can upload images and texts into and generate sharings. So let's get started. On the right, today we are going to use this example and we are going to make this. This was letter of gratitude which was used for during Guru Puja where users wrote letters to Sadhguru using this template. So this is the interface of the template maker, if you can see on the left side. It's quite straightforward. On the left side, this is the object panel. Here you can use to add, you can use this area to add objects into the project. So when you click a text area or an image area, text and images will get added onto the project. Uh, we'll see how to manipulate them soon. You can also delete them and select them and do all sorts of operations on this. So in over here in the center, this is the control panel. Here you can perform various controls on the objects. So you can move them, you can increase their widths and heights and things like that. This is the panel. So when you using the object panel, you can select which one you want to manipulate. So if whichever object I select, the controls for that object will be enabled here. So moving forward. So the first thing that we want to do, if you want to create a template like this one, would be to get our background image, which the graphic designer usually supplies us with. I have this ready here. This is the background which was used. So this is just a simple PNG image. We are going to use this as the background for our project. I'm going to click background image and click change source. I'm going to find that image wherever it is. You have various options to upload. Once that's done, click done. And you can see the image is uploaded here. The background is set. By default, by default the website comes with a default image, so you can change whatever graphic you have in place of it. The next thing we have is this image area where users can click and upload their own image. Let us just say like this. So we are going to put our image area. So I'm going to click add image area. That's an image area. Now, whenever you add an object, it just appears on the top left corner of the canvas or the project area. What we want to do is first thing we want to move it down. So if you want to move it down and a little bit right, I'm going to go to the move down and I'm going to increase this until it's moved sufficiently down, and then I'm going to move it right so that it's almost in place. I think that's about right, and it's a little wider than what it's supposed to be, so I'm going to reduce the width. I think that's about it, and then I'm going to increase the height. About That's about it. I think move it to the left a bit, increase the width a little bit. Okay, so that's how you place your image area. Now this appears like this over here, but when this whole thing is done, this will accept images from the user, which so they will be able to upload images just like we have seen here. So here the next is we want to add a text area like this one. I'm going to click add text area, and just like we did with the image, see here you have the text area which has appeared on the top left corner. So I'm going to move it down first. I'm going to click this arrow here. So if you see, I can use these arrows, or I can simply enter the value also. I can hit 50 and 100. So the more the value, the further down it moves, and the more the value, the further right it moves. So I'm simply going to use the arrows. I'm going to get it to the position. I think that's about right. And then I'm going to move it right. You can also just eyeball it, get it in place. I think here that's about right. And then I'm going to increase the width. So it's starting over here. It can go up till here. So I'm going to increase the width. That's about that. And then I'm going to increase the height until it comes till the Adiyogi head here. So I'm going to increase the height. So I think that's right. So you can just try it out. You can type stuff. That's your text area. So you also have an option to enter the default text that you can add. So here it was add text. So I can like type your letter here. So this will be the default text that the user will see. And you can change the font size. I think I want to go with that font size. And here you can select the fonts itself, maybe this font. All the fonts are from Google Fonts, so I recommend you should ask your graphic designer what font you want them to use, and they must be picking their fonts from the Google Fonts website. So once you go to Google Fonts, please ask your designer to select a font from here. We have included the top 500 popular fonts from here. So pick whichever font you like. Let us just say you pick Poppins font. Come back here and you can go and find Poppins font, and then that's it. And then you can increase the font weight. So font weight is something, you can increase. It's generally called the bold, semi-bold, black, medium. It's in the graphic designer terms. So if you increase the number, if you see it will become thicker and darker. Thicker is the right word. So set it in the appropriate. You need to in the appropriate thickness. One thing to note is, let us just say for Poppins font, it only supports 200, 300, 400. One second. It supports 600, 700. Okay, Poppins font supports everything, so we are good. So some fonts don't support all values. So you need to make sure when you select a font, what thickness is available. You need to put only that one. So let us just, for example, we'll go to Roboto. We'll just see a font called Roboto. If you were to use this font does not support 600. So there's medium 500 and then it comes straight to 700. So if you go to Roboto here, there we have Roboto. If you go to Roboto and if you try to do 600, it will not work. You have to go to Roboto and pick the appropriate size. So Roboto is available in 500 and 700. So 500 or 700. 600 will not work. Nothing will happen, but it just won't work. Okay, then you can go with font style. You can go to italic, oblique. You have those choices as well. You can pick the font color that is supposed to give. So here the font color is about, okay, I see it's pure black. So the font color is pure black here. You can change it to whatever font color you want. It will change, you can see. But we are going to leave it black for now. And you can also have text alignment. So you can have it center. So when people will type, it will come into the center align. There are also other alignments like right and there's justify, things like that. I'm going to leave it at center for now and go ahead. Okay, fine. Now we see that there's another text area here for your name. We are going to create that text area. I'm going to add another text area. Now there are two text areas. The other one, the new text area is right here. So I'm going to move it down. So now we have one feature here called layout assist. If you turn this on, you can see the boundaries of where all your text areas are. So we know that this text area that we previously added is still here. So I need to move down further. So you can turn it off to remove the bounds, and then you can turn it on to switch on the bounds. And I can move it right. I think I want to keep it here. Then increase the width a little bit. Then decrease the height because I'm only going to take one line. So that's about it. And then default text would be your name and alignment is center. And I think that's about it. I don't want to change anything, but you can feel free and change whatever anything else you want. Colors and many things like font sizes. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to turn off layout assist, and we are done with this template maker. And this is already we have what is there on the right. So if you have a question that this adjust font height and line height are not available, they'll be coming in a future update. So for now, that's about it. That's how you use it. Now, once you have set up all your texts and images in place, image areas in place, what you can do is you can test out your image area like this. You can just click create change source and just open and see your image area is working, and then you can try out your letter area, and then you can try out your name, everything you can try. And then once you are satisfied and happy with it, you can just click this button called generate. Once that is done, this file will get downloaded. You can download this file and email this to us at the email which is present in the description, and which will also be added to the website. Thank you.